Hello, welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for a look through of the Space Marine Codex and the Space Marine data cards.
Yep. Here's the data card in the spanking new box.
Posh.
So, do you want to have a look at them first, actually?
Yeah, I'll have a look.
See what we're actually getting in the box. This is the first one of the type, so this probably will set the benchmark for all the other codexes that follow.
So, we have some tactical objectives, looks like it.
Right, so tactical objectives on your chapter.
Ooh. World Eaters.
No mercy, no respite. For the Emperor.
Boo.
Lightning strike.
Strike.
Emperor's retribution.
Heh.
Secure objective 1. And we have 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All secure objectives. Defend objective 1. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. All on. Advance. Behind enemy lines. Hold the line. Mission critical objective. Supremacy. Domination. Overwhelming firepower. Blood and guts. No prisoners. Area denial. That's in Egypt. If you wonder where it was.
Denial.
Yeah. Psychological warfare. Master of the warp. Kingslayer.
Shouldn't that be in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Ah.
Jamie Lannister card. Witch hunter. Scour the skies. Assassinate. Big game hunter. Priority. Don't ask. Priority orders received. Command reroll. Counter offensive. Insane bravery. Relics of the chapter. These are all stratagems still. Linebreaker bombardment. Kill shot. Chapter master. What's that one? Use this stratagem before battle and select the starter's captain in your army. Replace the words captain with chapter master. Alright, so for 3 command points you can basically upgrade one of your captains. That's interesting. Scions of Gilliman. That's for the Ultramarines specifically. Orbital bombardment. Cluster mines. Born in the saddle. There you go. That's for the White Scars specifically.
I thought that was Wild West.
Yeah, it's the Wiki Wild West chapter. Masterful marksmanship. Abhor the Witch. That's the Black Templars. Empiric channeling. Data link telemetry. Specifically, that's for a land speeder. You're right, lots of these stratagems are for just specific units or chapters. It's very interesting. Hellfire shells. Bolter drill, which is for the Imperial fists. I assume if you're a Crimson Fist, you'll also be using that.
Fingers crossed, yeah. I'll have a look at that one.
You can read it out in full. Machine empathy. This is for the Iron Hands. It's possibly the stratagem I'm going to use for the chapter I'm cooking up if I decide to go with that chapter and not the Salamanders or Blood Angels. So use a stratagem before the Iron Hands vehicle attacks in the shooting phase. To the end of the phase, that vehicle can ignore the penalties for moving and firing heavy weapons or for advancing and firing an assault weapon. So that would go along with my idea.
Yeah, this one you were saying about Crimson Fists.
Yeah.
So use this stratagem just before an Imperial Fist infantry unit attacks in the shooting phase. Each time you make a hit roll of a 6+ for a model firing a bolt weapon, that model can immediately make another hit roll to the same weapon as the same target. These bonus attacks cannot themselves generate any further attacks. For the purpose of this stratagem, a bolt weapon is any weapon profile whose name includes the word bolt, e.g. bolt gun, bolt rifle, heavy bolter, boltstone gauntlet. Pedro Cantor's Dawn Arrow also counts as a bolt weapon, so,
yeah, so
he's mentioned in that, so I can definitely use that from a
Well, that just makes sense. We have Flamecraft for the Salamanders.
Oh, cool.
We have Strike from the Shadows for the Raven Guard. We have Auspex Scan, which is just a standard infantry. Tactical Flexibility. Here we go. Flak Missile. Armour of Contempt. Only in death does duty end.
Unless you get resurrected.
The chapter. Wisdom of the Ancients. Death to traitors.
Boo.
Tremor shells. Smite.
Oh, these are psychic powers.
Yep.
I like smite.
Yeah, I don't.
I do.
Or Veil of Time. Oh no. Might of Heroes. Psychic Scourge. Fury of the Ancients. Psychic Fortress. And Null Zone. So we have stratagems, psychic powers, and tactical objectives all wrapped into nice handy cards.
That's pretty funky.
Yeah, I think they're better than the previous day's cards.
Yeah.
So similar, but better, because we'll use them more, to be honest. Right.
Cool.
I'll pass them over to you.
I shall put them all back.
We can start to look at the book. So, Space Marines, Angel of Death. Introduction. There we go. We have a nice little picture there of the Primaris Marines.
That's cool.
The Emperor's Finest, Reclaiming the Galaxy, The Grip Trail, Primarchs, Scouring, Codex Starters. So every Codex has to have the list of all the legions in. I think there's probably not going to be anything different.
Probably the only thing different is a bit more about the Primaris Marines, maybe.
Well, that's what we're really hoping for, some more fluff about them. Making a Space Marine, Primaris Space Marines. The original Space Marines and Primaris organs.
Cool, we can actually make one ourselves.
Yeah. So you need 200 grams of baking soda,
Yeah.
3 eggs,
Yeah.
a melon and a pumpkin. Didn't realise you need a pumpkin as well. You also need, sorry.
Have you only got until 12 o'clock before the pumpkin
Yes.
turns back to being a pumpkin?
Yeah, at midnight it turns into a Primaris Marine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there you go. So it actually tells you the different organs, which we've known before in Space Marines, and these are the ones that Belisarius has added in.
Sinew coils.
Sinew coils, steel within steel. Space Marine sinews are reinforced with durametallic coil cables that can contract with incredible force, magnifying his strength as well as giving his body another layer of interior defence. Primaris Space Marine can crush a man's skull in his hand, break flak armour to flinders, or even bite it through the metal cable should the need arise.
Well, fair enough.
Some sort of Magnificat. Is that?
Magnificat, the amplifier.
Yeah.
A small thumbnail-sized lobe that is inserted into the brain's core. The Magnificat secretes hormones that increases the body's growth functions whilst also intensifying its advanced systems, especially those of bioscopia and the ostimula. In truth, the Magnificat is but half the true dual-valve mortis gland, or the so-called God Maker, that the Emperor created for his Primarchs. However, Archmagos Call could only find materials and genetic blueprints to build the dextropic lobe, the right half, while the plans for the Centaurus, the left half, would complete the original super organ that had been wholly eradicated. Whether this was done by the Emperor's own hand or by some other nefarious source, Call could not tell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the Belisarian Furnace, the Revitalizer. This is a dominant organ that connects to both hearts in times of extreme stress, or should the warrior's body undergo violent damaging trauma. It expels great bursts of self-manufactured chemicals, a hyper cocktail that also simulates combat stims, while also adding in the rapid regrowing of tissue, bone and muscle. The gland then falls dormant again and takes some time to build up itself once more. Right, there we go.
Cool.
So there's just some of the things that Belisarius has been doing. So chapter organisation. So we have all the banners of the companies. Codex heraldry. A bit more information on Codex. Again, this is mainly the Ultramarines as they're the primary
Boring.
vanilla marine army for non-Blood Angel, Space Wolves, Dark Angels, Grey Knights.
Crimson Fists.
Well, no, this could be for the Crimson Fists. Imperial Dominus, that's the map. Terror of Mars. That's where the Terror used to be, somewhere around there. There we are, Maelstrom, there we are. And now we have the Cicatrix Maledictium, spanning the entire galaxy.
Not good.
Massive rend. Brotherhood of War, so incidences throughout.
You got Gilliman Awakes.
Gilliman Awakes. The Indominus Crusades, this is what Gilliman's been up to now. And the Ultramarines, just some Primaris pictures there. Ultramar, this is the subsector of Ultramar, this is like the battle for Connor, which is going on at the moment. Now we have the Ultramarine Second Company. Yeah, nice images. Those are standard dreadnoughts, aren't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chronicles of Ultramar. Now we have successor chapters. Size of the Emperor, Silver Skulls, Nova Marines.
Cool.
Such like Genesis chapter. Then we've got the White Scars, so we've got a little bit about the White Scars going on, and their markings, that's good. Glad it's not just Ultramarines.
Yeah.
Brotherhood of the Khans, we've got some of their successive chapters as well. We've got Imperial Fists, their structure, and then their successive chapters. We've got the Hammers of Dawn and Invaders. Oh, there they are.
Yay!
You get their own entry.
You get the own entry. Woohoo!
Wow, they're worth it.
They are, but pretty funky.
Now with the Black Templars also getting their own entry.
Oh, cool.
Now we're on to the Salamanders.
Who are they?
Awesome.
The who?
The Who.
Yeah,
Who
who are they?
Salamanders. Legends of Nocturne. They have no successive chapters, officially anyway. Raven Guard. And we have their successive chapters. Revilers. Knights of the Raven. Blackguard. Rift Stalkers.
Cool.
Iron Hands. The Iron Council. Now we have some of their successive chapters. The Brazen Claws, Iron Lords, Red Talon, Sons of Medusa. Unknown Foundings. So we have the Mentors, the Black Dragons, the Blood Ravens, most famous one. Have you seen the? I don't know. I'm just going to ask Claire, but has everyone seen the new Forge World Blood Raven model they're doing?
No.
Ah.
I didn't even know they were doing one, are they?
Yeah, they're doing a Blood Raven from the video game Dawn of War.
Oh yeah. What, the new one?
I think he's in the others. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and have a look. It's been a long time since I played Dawn of War. I'll have to ask Phil. Phil will know. He collects Blood Ravens.
Cool.
But the guy's head looks a bit weird.
Does it?
I love the armour and everything in this massive demon hammer that he's got.
But the head.
And the forehead looks really weird.
Oh, you'll have to show me. I'll have to have a look.
Yeah.
See.
Go and have a look, guys, on Forge World or on their on the Warhammer community site. It might be on there. And let's move through. We have so we basically have like what would be the unit breakdowns, a beastry in some older books. Commanders, librarians, chaplains, apothecaries, chapter commands. So it tells you all about each of the units. Battle line squads, intercessors, Mark 10 armour, tactical squads, Then we have close support squads, interceptors, jump packs, reavers. Close support squads, assault squads, centurion squads. Close support biker squads, attack bikes, land speeder storms. Fire support squads. We've got the hellblasters though. Aggressor squads. Oh, look at that in Salamanders. Yeah. See, I see that. I didn't really like the aggressor models, and then I see them in the Salamanders. I'm like, oh, looks awesome with the two flamers. And it makes me want to turn around and go, actually, I'm going to do a Salamanders army and not do a different chapter.
You should.
I don't know what to do. I'm really Blood Angels, Salamanders.
Salamanders, I think.
I don't know. Or the other one.
I
painted a Primaris Marine, didn't I?
You did. Dusk Raiders.
Yeah, basically Dusk Raider colours. Veteran squads. Terminator squads. Terminator assault squads. Dreadnoughts. So we have Venerable, Ironclad, Contemptor, and Redemptor. Scout squads, Scout bike squads, Stealth Tactics, Tech Marines. Vehicles, so we have Rhinos, we have Razorbacks, we have Drop Pods. Repulsors.
What's that?
Is that one?
Is that the new one?
Is that the new Land Raider-esque
fly type thing?
Well, go on, read it out.
The Repulsor armoured transport is a deadly combination of manoeuvrability and raw brute force. Due to the turbine array at its rear, it has tremendous motive power, and it is held aloft by powerful anti-grav generators. The Repulsor is so heavily armed and armoured that it does not skim over the landscape in the manner of a Space Marine reconnaissance craft, but instead crushes the ground below it. The tank grinds forward with a deep bass thrum, reducing rock to gravel and fallen bodies to smears of gore and powdered bone. Ew. The ventral plates of the Repulsor came about through Archmagus Dominus Call's desire to create a transport worthy of his Primaris Marines, a vehicle that could strike suddenly and repeatedly at the enemy until the day was won. The tanky design is indeed capable of traversing almost any terrain, even lava streams or lakes of boiling acid, should the need arise. However, it moves a little faster than the armoured behemoth of the Land Raider, for its power is directed more into the manipulation of clashing graphic energies than forward motion. Those that attempt to close with a repulsor find themselves fighting against an invisible bow wave of energy that staggers and batters those nearby. Due to the ventral plates being powered separately, this can even be directed by the craft's pilot to better effect. Multiple layers of ceramite and adamantium overlap to make the repulsor's hull all but impervious to normal weaponry. Even a direct hit from a missile will likely leave little more than a scorch mark on the heraldic colours of the tank's parent chapter, so it bears the Primaris Space Marines inside to its front line in full strength, its side portals slamming open to allow a deadly assault of its own. The Repulsor is far more than a simple transport, for it mounts a staggering variety of guns. The last Talon, or Onslaught heavy Gatling cannon, is the tank's current blasts apart enemy vehicles that could be conceivably pose a threat, whilst the extensive suite of bolt weaponry, auto launchers and grenade launchers lay down a storm of horde-killing firepower.
Interesting.
Cool.
Battle tanks.
I like the sound of that.
Predators, whirlwinds, vindicators, hunters and stalkers, so nothing new.
Not a repulsor, are they?
No, they're rhino based ones. Land Raiders. There is the classic Land Raider.
It's not a repulsor.
Oh dear. We're going to get this all day now. Gunships, we've got the Storm Chicken, the Storm Talon, the Storm Hawk.
It's not a Valkyrie, is it?
No, it's better. At least they've tried to change the rules for the Storm Raiden a bit.
Is that the Storm? The one that I call Storm Chicken?
Yeah, the Storm Chicken.
Yeah.
Because it was winning at the meta tournaments. Because they were just taking armies of them and just obliterating everything.
Yeah.
So at least they've tried to address that by making...
Well, I hope they don't do the same with the Repulsor and just make it OP kind of thing.
Yeah,
From what it sounds, it could
It's not going to be classed as a flyer though, so
That's
one
good
thing.
then. Yeah.
Anyway, Gilliman and Magnus Cargar, Chief Librarian Tigurius, Captain Cassius. We have Captain Sicarius, Sergeant Talon, Sergeant Kronos, Corsard Khan, Corsar Khan, sorry, Vulcan Histan, Cavian Shrike, Captain Lysander, Pedro Cantro.
Ped!
What are you doing then? High Marshal Hybrid, Chaplain Grimaldus, and the Emperor's Champion Crusader Squads. That's obviously specifically for the Black Templars.
Cool.
Now we have the new pictures of the 4 new models. Obviously, those 2 we've unboxed. Those 2 are next week's Chaplain and the Apothecary.
I'm going to be wanting them. That Chaplain looks awesome with little halo.
I like what he doesn't look like he's wearing robes. It looks like he's wearing like a leather, the way it's been painted. And I think that would look really good if you painted it so it's like it's a leather coat.
Yeah.
As opposed to just robes like everyone else seems to have. And he just looks badass.
You wouldn't like to get anywhere near him, would you?
Yeah. I do like the Apothecary though. I can see that if I was going to do my own version of the the Dust Raiders, or a version of them, should I say, I could see me including Apothecaries. Anyway, I've not decided. So, what have we got here? We have Ultramarine Intercessors carrying a variety of bolt rifles, including Autobot. I keep doing that. Optimus Prime rifles. Autobolt. Right.
Hey, I'm loving those exterminators.
That's just in case anyone hasn't seen these. I haven't seen these pictures before actually. So there's the Intercessors. Then we have the Interceptors.
I'm loving those helmets. They look cool.
What's going on with these things? And then we've got plasma guns on these guys. Some sort of plasma exterminators, yeah. Then we have the Aggressors, which we have seen. We have the Reavers with the bolt carbines. That's one of the versions.
They've got a different backpack than the ones in the box, haven't they?
Yeah. Some sort of grav shooter thing.
Yeah.
We have at the top, we have Hellblasters with plasma incinerators. And then I think they're going to get different versions of weapons as well. Then we have some standard Space Marines. And then we have some bunch of standard Space Marines that no one cares about anymore. Alright, so here's Claire's favourite tank in the entire universe.
That looks awesome! Look at it!
I'm loving the turret. I'm loving the Gatling gun. I'm loving the fact you can have. You've got a Gatling cannon there and you've got this last gun thing. I like all this. I like Chef, it feels like a Land Raider. Yeah, I like it.
It looks awesome, that. Me likes. Me approves.
It looks better in Salamander's green or Blood Angel's red.
No, it'd look good in blue and red.
It is in blue and red.
Yeah, but that's Ultramarines, isn't it? Not Ultramarines colours in Crimson Fist. That wouldn't be there, would it?
There'll be a big red fist, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
So we have the new Dreadnought, the Redemptor. Again, that comes with the optional Gatling cannon, heavy Gatling cannon. Then you've got a small Gatling cannon, or you can have the big plasma, whatever that is. They're all new weapons. I haven't got
macro plasma incinerator.
There we go. New plasma.
Icarus rocket pod.
That's on the top of
and the Onslaught Gatling cannon and storm bolters.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, he's badass, basically. So we have the White Scars. These are all models, nothing new there. They do look amazing.
They're still nice though. Still nice models.
Bureau Fists. We have that's actually the new commander, isn't it? And then we have Lysander at the other side. And then we have a couple of Centurions in the middle. Some chapter there. Oh, Pedro Cantor.
Pedro Cantor and the Crimson Fist.
Some Black Temples on the other side. Then we have the Salamanders. The one, the only, the best.
They just look boring.
Green.
Yeah.
And then we have
The Yoda chapter. That's what we should call them.
Raven Guard. One of my favourites. I like that. Raven Guard Primaris chart. I like the red.
Oh, that's cool. Liking that.
Looks awesome.
Yeah.
I like that red. That really suits it.
But you're not doing Raven Guard, you're doing...
Shush. I'm not doing Raven Guard yet.
You're doing the Yoda chapter with the flames on that come from Nocturne.
The what chapter?
The Yoda chapter. I'm going to rename them the Yoda chapter.
Because they're green.
Because they're green.
Go away. Go the Emperor's Finest.
The Yoda chapter.
So, we're going to do that now, are we? Right. Look at that. What's that?
What's that? Is that not the... Is that a new tank that they've not mentioned, or is that the repulsor?
I'm just trying to distract you. Right, Defenders of Mankind. Space Marine War Gear lists. So what have we got there? All the standard war gear. Yeah. So what have we got here? Keywords, chapter. So you just change it around for whatever your chapter is, like Crimson Fists or whatever.
Salamanders.
Yeah. Got the Lost Librarians. What's that? Inserting how when the Black Templars cease to field librarians. That's just saying Black Templars don't count psychos, isn't it? Then we have abilities up to start they shall know no fear. Either. And here we are onto the unit entries.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So mine is Calgar, Chief Librarian Tigress. I'm not going to name them all again, I'm just going to show you the there you go.
Oh, sorry.
Sergeant Kronos, Sergeant Tellian, Captain Lysander.
Pedro Canto.
Lysander, there. There's no one else on that page.
There is this Pedro Canto.
Yeah.
Okay. Thought you said you weren't naming them all, and you're just naming them all.
So I need to move the book. There we go. Oh, bit of a chaplain. Is there? Right.
What do you do it?
All the characters. I don't know what to do then. So I can.
Some other dude.
Yeah, that guy there.
That bloke.
Don't need to look at any others, do we?
No. Okay.
Shrike. There he is. They've got standard caps in Terminator armour. So most of this stuff's in the indexes, to be fair. We've got the Primaris Captain. Is that the new guy? Yeah,
Yeah, it will be, yeah.
So again, we've covered that. Captain in Gravis armour, again, main box set. Librarians, Primaris Librarian. Librarians in Terminator armour, Chaplain. In Terminator.
Primaris Chaplain.
Primaris Chaplain.
That won't be out
I've
yet.
not seen that one yet. I haven't seen that one yet. There you go, guys. So he's armed with an Absolver bolt pistol. That's what that thing he's got. It's 16 inches, pistol 1. Strength 5, AP -1, damage 1. Crossrus Arcanium. And frag grenades, litanies of hate. And spiritual leaders. Yeah.
Mozarius.
Gives a 4+ invulnerable save. There you go. Hopefully they pop there here somewhere. We've got Tech Marine Lieutenants, Primaris Lieutenants, seen them as well. Tactical Squads, Intercessors. Yeah, let's have a look at the Intercessors because it might be different. 1 Intercessor, Sergeant, 4 Intercessors, can include 5 additional Intercessors, so yeah, that is different from the standard one in the main box. Each is armed with a bolt rifle, bolt pistol and frag grenades. They can have an auto bolt rifle, there you go, or the Stoker bolt rifle, All models in the unit may replace their bolt rifle with an auto bolt rifle or a stalker bolt rifle. For every 5 models in the unit, 1 may take an auxiliary grenade launcher. Cool. An intercessor sergeant may take a power sword. An auxiliary grenade launcher. Models armed with an auxiliary grenade launcher increase the range of any grenade weapons they have to 30 inches.
Ooh.
That's pretty good, actually. I like that.
That's pretty funky.
It's not giving them a proper special weapon, it's giving them like
Extra range, isn't it?
it would be a special weapon if you're Imperial Guardsman, because like grenade launcher, but it's just giving them that extra bit of tactics with a grenade. Rather than just throwing the grenades. We also have the combat squad abilities, so they can be split down. If we contain 10 models, they can be split into 2 units, each containing 5 models.
Cool.
Which is tactical flexibility there. I like
That's
that.
pretty funky.
Scouts, Crusaders, Primaris Ancient, that's nothing new. Chapter Ancient, nothing new. Chapter Champion, Honour Guard, Company Ancient, Apothecary. Is there a Primaris one?
Yes, there is. That's just the bog standard. Yeah.
Company Champion, Company Veterans, Servitors, Primaris, Apothecary. See what he's got. Primaris Apothecary is a single model armed with an Absolver bolt pistol. We've got an Absolver one as well. It's exactly the same as a Chaplain. A Reductor pistol, which is 3 inches. It's strength 4, -3 to AP, and 2 damage. Pretty vicious close up. And 2 types of grenades. There's on the fear and the Narthicarium. Narthicarium, yeah.
Cool.
Which just acts.
Oh, is that they can heal or revive and then they can't do anything if they do?
Returned, 1 wound if box rate received. Yeah, so it's just standard. Same as no. So just really these weapons on it and the fact it's Primaris, so it's no different. Then we have the Reader Squad. Let's take a look at them. It's a lot to do on this camera though. Try and get that on there. So 1 Reaver Sergeant, 4 Reavers, it includes 5 additional Reavers. Each model is armed with a bolt pistol carbine, a heavy bolt pistol, frag grenades, crack grenades, and shot grenades. So the bolt carbine is 24, assault 2, heavy bolt pistols 12. That's the same. Shot grenades, that's the same as the other guys. All models in the unit replace their bolt carbines with a combat knife. So that's pretty much like the ones that are in the box.
In the box set, yeah.
All models in the unit can take grav shoots. All models in the unit may take a grapnel launcher. Grapnel launchers. The models with the grapnel launcher do not count as any vertical distance they move against the total they can move that turn. In addition, during deployment, you can set up this unit as if it is equipped with grapnel launchers behind enemy lines, they're placing it on the battlefield. At the end of any of your movement phases, you can join the battle set up within 6 inches of a battlefield edge of your choice, more than 9 inches away from enemy models. That's nice. They can combat squad. They're also terror troops, which we already know. And the grav shoots during deployment, you can set this unit up if it's equipped with grav shoots in high orbit. So basically, you can bring them on from deep strike. At the end of any of your movement phases, this unit can descend. So if you have anyone on the battlefield that's more than 9 inches away from enemy models.
Cool.
Just choices, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose the grav sheets let you set up anywhere, but the grapnels led you to ignore vertical distances. So if you've got a lot of terrain on the board, that's quite useful.
Yeah.
Depends on your terrain now. That's completely terrain
based.
Then we've got the aggressors. Let's have a look at them. So 1 aggressor sergeant and 2 aggressors. Include 3 additional aggressors. We've got the Boltstorm Flamestorm, which we already know about. I'm loving the Flamestorm, that's awesome. A Fragstorm Grenade Launcher, Auto Boltstorm Gauntlets, and Firestorm Gauntlets melee. All models in the unit may replace their Auto Boltstorm Gauntlets and Flamestorm Grenade Launchers with Flamestorm Gauntlets. So Firestorm, Lawrence Advanced Combat Squads. So where were those water things? They're a different unit.
They must be. Yeah.
Terminator squads, Terminator assault squads, Cataphractii squads, Tartarus, Vanguard veteran squads, Sternguard veteran squads, Standard Dreadnought, Ironclads, Venerables, Contemptors, Redemptor. So the Redemptor is a Dreadnought armed Single model armed with a heavy onslaught Gatling cannon and a heavy flamer, an Icarus rocket pod and 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers. And a Redemptor Fist. This model can replace its heavy flame with an onslaught Gatling cannon. As well as replace its heavy onslaught Gatling cannon with a macro plasma incinerator. As well as replace its 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers with 2 storm bolters.
Cool.
And it obviously explodes, that's its ability. So there we go, the macro incinerator, 36-inch range, heavy D6 regardless of the setting. It's just strength 8 or strength 9, -4 to AP and 1 or 2 damage with the so it only suffers a single wound. If
Yeah, it doesn't.
They're a bit different from some of the entries for vehicles as well. Have basically,
Well,
if you roll a 1, it blows up.
Yeah, well, this one's got like a wound. And it's got 13 wounds on it.
Some vehicles, though, even with more wounds than that, I've got a rule. The plasma rule. It says
they blow up.
They literally blow up if you roll a 1. It's quite vicious.
It is, isn't it?
Should have Razorback. We should have checked that to see if that's been changed actually. We've not gone past the Razorback yet.
I'm not sure. I don't think we have that.
Centurion Assault Squad, Bike Squad, Assault Squad, Land Speeders, Attack Bike Squad, Interceptor Squad.
That's got the plasma.
Oh, it's Interceptors got this. Yeah, what a
Yeah.
tool. Yeah, of course it was. It was them that had it. So unit is 2 Interceptors and 1 Interceptor Sergeant, which is weirdly the other way around from every other entry I've seen so far. You can take up 3 additional Interceptors, Assault Bolter, which we've seen in the game, and Plasma Exterminator. 18 inches, Assault D3, 7 or 8 damage, -3 to AP, still vicious, and Bearer is slain on the roll of 1. Meteoric Descent, Cruising Charge Combat Squads. So, yeah. In this edition, I quite like Plasma.
I like the fact that
it can be fine on both modes.
Yeah.
If I ever get an army and it's Plasma Alliance, I'm not firing it ever on my highest setting. I'm just saying.
Not unless anything comes to you closely.
No, ever.
Okay.
Ever. I always roll 1s with re-rolls. Devastator Squad, Centurion Devastator Squad, and the Hellblasters. Some of these guys. So Assault Plasma Incinerator, that's the one that they're armed with anyway. Or, let's see, you've got 1 unit of Hellblasters and 4, with 1 Sergeant, 4 Hellblasters, can include 5 additional Hellblasters. Each model is armed with Plasma Incinerator. Great. All models in the unit may replace Plasma Incinerator with an Assault Plasma Incinerator. Or all models in the unit can replace their Plasma Incinerator with a Heavy Plasma Incinerator.
Okay.
So the Heavy Plasma Incinerator has got a longer range. It goes from 24 to 36, changes from Assault 2 to Heavy 1. The strength's higher. It's 8 plus 6 and 7. -4 to AP, which is the same, 1 and 2 damage. And on the roll of hit, the bearer is slain. So again, that just kills them.
Although I did notice on the plasma incinerator, it says is slain after all of this weapon shots has been resolved. That doesn't say
it's
that.
It's because that only fires 1 shot.
Ah, right, okay.
The Assault 1 is 24 inches with Assault 2, 6 and 7. That's the one I was reading before and I was meant to be reading this. The standard one is 30 with Rapid Fire 1 and 7 and 8. That's the one I should have been comparing it to because that's one we've already got. Pretty similar. It's just what type of plasma do you want to use? That seems to be the Hellblaster thing. It's just plasma. I thought there were going to be like a specialist squad that would have plasma melter, flamers, the usual grab guns. They're just a whole plasma dudes. Which is interesting because you can have heavier. You can tell them heavier or more assaulty or somewhere in the middle like the ones we've got.
Cool.
Oh well, cool. Thunderfire Cannon, still there. Hunter and Stalker. We have the Whirlwind and Predator and the Vindicator and the Land Raider. We have a Land Raider Crusader and a Land Raider Redeemer. We have the Rhino and the Razorback.
We're going to check about the plasma.
It's not on there. I'm sure there was one where the Razorback had a plasma gun. A coaxial plasma gun. Doesn't appear to be an option on there. Either that or I dreamt it. Someone's either going to go, I don't know what you're on about, you're an idiot. I must have read it somewhere. I've dreamt it. Oh well. Or I'll find it and I'll be like, that's what I was on about. No, it's unlikely. Yes, I know. Repulsor. Here we go. So the repulsor. This is a big entry as well. So. Icarus Iron Hail Heavy Stubber, awesome. The Repulsor is a single model equipped with a heavy onslaught Gatling cannon and twin heavy bolter and an Iron Hail Heavy Stubber. An Icarus Iron Hail Heavy Stubber and 2 Crackstorm grenade launchers, 2 storm bolters and auto launchers. It's a lot of weapons. So the Icarus Iron Hail Heavy Stubber adds 1 to flying units, and so does the Icarus Rocket Pod. So its options. This model can replace its twin heavy bolter with twin last cannon. This model can replace its heavy onslaught Gatling cannon with a last Talon. This model can replace its Iron Hail Heavy Stubber with an onslaught Gatling cannon. This model will replace its 2 storm bolters with 2 frag storm grenade launchers. This model will replace its Icarus Iron Hail Heavy Stubber with an Icarus Rocket Pod, storm bolter or frag storm grenade launcher. This model will replace its auto launchers with 2 frag storm grenade launchers. This model may take an additional Iron Hail Heavy Stubber. That's a lot of options, and I hope they're all in the box, because that'd be ridiculous otherwise.
It would.
It's a hover tank, so distance and ranges are all measured to and from the model's hull, even though it has a base. Repulsor field, your opponent must subtract 2 from any charge rolls made for units that declare a charge against Repulsor. Power of the Machine Spirit, like a Land Raider, this model does not suffer a penalty to hit rolls for moving and firing heavy weapons. Auto launchers, instead of shooting any weapons in the shooting phase, this model can use auto launchers, and to your next shooting phase, your opponent must subtract 1 from all hit rolls for ranged weapons that target this vehicle and then explodes. It can transport 10 Chapter Primaris infantry. Models each
MK
Gravis models take up to 2. Other than that, it cannot transport jump models. Where's the last Talon? The last Talon's a heavy 2 weapon, like the twin last cannon, but just shorter ranged. Interesting.
Cool.
Then we have the Stormhawk Interceptor. We have the Storm Raven gunship, Storm Talon gunship. We have Reboot Gilliman, and we have the Armoury of the Space Marines, which is all the rolls for all weapons in one handy little place. Another warrior as well. Then we have Chapter Tactics. So these are specific chapter tactics. So let's have a read of this. Sons of Primarch, Space Marine detachments gain the following ability. If your army's Battleforge, all troops in a Space Marine detachment gain this ability. Such as the unit that is within the range of an objective marker controls an objective marker if there are no enemy models within the range of that objective marker. If an enemy unit within range of the same objective marker has a similar ability, then the objective marker is controlled by the player who has the most models within it as normal. Chapter Tactics. Each chapter has developed its own specialised philosophy suited to the unique skills of Battle Brothers. If your army is Battleforge, all infantry, biker and dreadnought units in a Space Marine detachment gain the chapter tactic, drawn from the same chapter. Chapter tactic gain depends on the chapter they are drawn from. As shown on the table opposite, for example, Ultramarines unit with the chapter tactics ability gains the Codex discipline tactic. So what are they? It's Codex discipline tactic. Add 1 to the leadership characteristic of all Ultramarine models with this tactic. In addition, Ultramarine units with this tactic can still shoot in the turn in which they fall back, but if you do so, you must subtract 1 from to hit rolls in the shooting phase. White Scars is Lightning Assault. Whenever a White Scars unit with this tactic advances, it moves an extra 2 inches. In addition, the distance rolled by units with the Turbo Boost ability therefore moves 8 when advancing. In addition, White Scars units with this tactic can still charge in a turn in which they fall back, or fell back, should I say. Imperial Fists, Siege Masters. Enemy units do not receive the benefit to their saving throws for being in cover against attacks made by the Imperial Fist. Models with this tactic. In addition, you can reroll any failed wound rolls for Imperial Fists units with this tactic when they are targeting buildings.
Cool.
Black Templars is Righteous Zeal, which basically you can reroll the failed charge rolls for Black Templars with this tactic. Salamanders is you can reroll a single failed hit roll and a single failed to wound roll made for a Salamander's unit with this tactic each time it shoots or fights.
That's cool.
That's a very good roll. I like that one. The Raven Guard, that is, your opponent must subtract 1 from any hit rolls when shooting at the Raven Guard units with this tactic if they are more than 12 inches away. And the Iron Hands is the flesh is weak. Roll a dice each time an Iron Hands model with this tactic loses a wound or the roll of a 6 the damage is ignored and the model does not lose a wound.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's why I'd be looking to use it for the Dusk Raiders kind of chapter. Dusk Raiders, not Dusk Raiders. Don't know the Dusk Raiders or even related to the Death Guard. That chapter I was thinking of doing. But then again, the Salamander's ability is awesome.
Yeah. Right.
There are stratagems, so all the ones that we've already spoken about at the beginning of this video.
In these.
Yeah, they're all there. So if you don't have the cards, just use them from the book. Warlord traits. The Warlord in your army is Adeptus character. You can pick a Warlord trait from the Space Marine Warlord traits table. Or roll a dice. Why would I ever roll a dice?
Oh, there's named ones.
Oh, there's named ones. So let's go through the D6 ones here. Angel of Death. Subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic of an enemy unit within 6 inches of your Warlord. Imperium Sword. Re-roll the failed charge rolls for your Warlord. In addition, if your Warlord charges in the charge phase, add 1 to his attacks characteristic until the end of the fight phase. Iron Resolve. Add 1 to the wounds characteristic of your Warlord. In addition, roll a dice each time your Warlord loses a wound. On the roll of a 6, your Warlord shrugs off the damage and does not lose the wound. Storm of Fire. Each time you roll a wound on the roll of a 6 or more for a friendly chapter in 6 inches, the Warlord in that shooting phase, their penetration characteristic of that attack is increased by 1. Rites of War. Friendly chapter using 6 inches, your Warlord automatically pass morale tests. And Champion of Humanity, you can add 1 to all the hit and wound rolls made for this Warlord in the fight phase when targeting enemy characters. So then, like you said, we have chapter specific ones, don't we?
Yeah, so we've got Ultramarines, which is the adept of the Codex. So whilst your Warlord is alive, roll a dice each time you spend a command point to use a stratagem. On a 5+, that command point is immediately refunded. We've got White Scars, Deadly Hunter. So roll a dice each time your Warlord finishes a charge move within 1 inch of an enemy unit. On a 4+, that unit suffers a mortal wound.
Okay, cool.
Imperial Fists, Architect of War.
Yeah.
Friendly Imperial Fist units within 6 inches of your Warlord that are receiving the benefit of cover, add an additional 1 to their saving throws against attacks with an AP characteristic of -1.
Alright.
Crimson Fists, Tenacious
Opponent. They get their own, do they?
They've got their own, yeah. So this is Tenacious Opponent. If there are at least 10 enemy models within 6 inches of your Warlord when he fights in the fight phase, add D3 to his attacks until the end of the phase.
Oh, that's good against Horde armies.
Yeah. Black Templars, Oathkeeper.
Yeah.
Your Warlord can perform a heroic intervention if the enemy are within 6 inches rather than within 3 inches and can move up to 6 inches when doing so.
Cool.
Salamanders, Anvil of Strength. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of your Warlord.
Nice.
Raven Guard, Silent Stalker. Enemy units cannot fire Overwatch at your Warlord.
Also nice.
Also nice.
I like those too.
Yeah. Iron Hands. Each time you roll a hit roll of a 6+ for your Warlord, make 1 extra attack at the same target using the same weapon. These bonus attacks cannot themselves generate any further attacks.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I think the Salamanders and Raven
I like
Guard
the
come out
functional
quite
strength.
well.
I can see how that's going to be used. I like the fact the Raven Guard one's good because you have like Shrike or someone who's just close combat based, and you take away the ability to Overwatch against them.
Well, yeah.
Whoosh, gone. That's good. I can see how all of them work actually. Even like the refunding command points for the Ultramarines is really good.
Yeah.
You just cycle through command points then and you get some bonus ones.
The Crimson Fist one's quite good as well.
Yeah, you can see they're giving them that because they fought the Orcs.
Yeah.
So Pedro suddenly get D3 extra attacks. He's his general.
Yeah.
And smashing away at the Orcs. I like that.
That's pretty funky.
Then we have chapter relics. So what do we have? We have the armour Indominus. Beware of the armour Indominus as a save characteristic of 2+. In addition, once per battle before making one of these wielders saving throws, you can choose to activate the armour's force field. When you do so, the armour and dominance confers a 3+ invulnerable save for the remainder of that turn. So, if an army is led by a Space Marine Warlord, you can give them one of the following named chapter relics. So basically, it's a bit like Age of Sigmar, where you can you're giving them the
relic
the
for them
relics.
to use.
But also, you can just give one to your Warlord at the moment. That changed in Age of Sigmar, didn't it?
It did.
Shield Eternal, model arm with this combat shield. Eternal replaces the model Storm Shield or Combat Shield. The bearer grants the bearer a 3+ invulnerable save, and any damage they suffer is halved. Yeah, because that would be quite useful. Standards of the Emperor Ascendant. Company Ancient, Chapter Ancient, or Primaris Ancient only. If a model has a standard of the Emperor Ascendant, you can add 1 to the dice roll made for friendly chapter models within the 6 inches of the bearer. And they can summon strength to make 1 final attack when slaying an addition within 6 inches. That just sounds like the one that's actually you get in the box set.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Right, so I just reread that rule. You don't have to just give it to the Warlord. Give it to a character. So if your army is led by a Space Marine Lord, you may give one of the following chapter relics to a Space Marine character in your army. I read that wrong first time, guys.
It can be anybody.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Teeth of Terror. So it's basically a melee weapon, +1 strength, -2 AP and 2 damage. Each time the bearer fights, makes an additional D3 attacks with that weapon. It's like basically a nuts chainsword. The Primarch's Wrath. So that's 24-inch bolt gun with rapid fire. Models with the bolt gun or mastercrafted bolt gun may only the Primaris Wrath replaces the bearer's bolt gun, mastercrafted bolt gun as well. Yeah, so strength 5, -1 AP, 2 damage. The Burning Blade, models with a power sword or mastercrafted power sword only. The Burning Blade replaces the bearer's power sword or mastercrafted power sword. Has the following profile: +2 strength, -5 AP, and 1 damage. The Tomb of Malkador. Actually, Psyker only. The bearer of the Tomb of Malkador knows 1 additional psychic power from the Librarian discipline. So Salamander's only one, the Mantle of the Salamander. The bearer has +1 to their toughness characteristic. So if you give it to your general, he's already got +1 strength. He's got +1 toughness as well.
Tough, isn't he?
And then we've got the axe.
Nails.
Yeah, we've got the Axe of Medusa, which is Iron Hands only, which is +2 strength, -3 AP, and 2 damage. We have the Mantle of the Stormseer, which is a White Scar's Psyker only. The wearer of the Mantle Stormseer has 1 to the psychic test when attempting to manifest a smite power. See, Clay, you missed out on that.
And you've missed one down there.
Yeah, I know. The Raven's Fury. There's a Raven Guard jump pack. The bearer of the Raven Guard's Fury can advance in the charge in the same turn. Furthermore, the bearer can re-roll failed charge rolls. So you're coupling that with your general's ability not to be shot in Overwatch.
Cool. Yeah.
That would just make him a machine of mincingness. Give him some lightning clubs, just mince everybody in front of you.
Well, this one's for me though, isn't it? This next one, the Fist of Vengeance.
Alright, what's this one? Crimson Fist.
Crimson Fists model with the Power Fist only. The Fist of Vengeance replaces the bearer's Power Fist and has the following profile. This is melee weapon, ×2 to strength, -3 AP, and 3 damage.
Right, cool. And then we have the Sanctic Hail, which is Ultramarines Captain only, which is a 3+ invulnerable save, and can attempt to deny 1 psychic power in each enemy psychic phase, same as the Psyker. As the Crusader's Helm, which is Black Templars. The wearer of the Crusader's Helm increases the range of any aura abilities on his data sheet, such as the Rites of Battle, Litanies of Hate. And then we have the Spartian. Spartian, which is the Imperial Fists, which is a bolt pistol. And replaces the bearer's bolt pistol with a 12-inch range pistol to strength 4, -1 AP, 2 damage. And this weapon can target enemy characters even if they're not the closest bearer. It's like a sniper bolt pistol.
Cool. Nasty.
So the library's disciplines, which are on the cards. Tactical objectives, again on the cards. Nice picture of some salamanders there, Bureau Fists, and classic Codex Space Marines, Thousand Suns. Points values. So here's all the points values. I'm not going to sit here and go through that. Games Workshop might not like it. But you can see it in front of you guys. You have to zoom in maybe. And there's the boss page. So there we go.
Pretty cool. Actually.
Yeah. There's a lot more flavour in that for different chapters.
Yeah, as opposed to it all being just down one route. Ultramarines.
The index starters was fine for giving us some stuff to start with. Obviously, we've still got the Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Grey Knights, and all the others that are in there that we still need to use. But this at least allows us to use the other covered chapters.
Yeah, the Crimson Fists and the Salamanders.
Those being the main two we're looking at.
Yeah.
There we go. There's some nice new models in there. It's a Codex. It's what we've come to expect. I don't think it's anything new in this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's still a Codex. It's still got the units and it's still got tactical objectives. It's exactly what a Codex used to be. It's not like they've redone it.
It's not like they've revamped it. No.
No. Obviously we've got data sheets and they've changed the format of it slightly, but it's not like when they said they were ending army books and then they brought in battle tombs, and they were different.
Yeah.
But this is basically what we expect from a Codex. That's not really changed that much, but it's good. It's good to have it.
Yeah.
I think the data cards are good.
Oh, these are.
I think they'll get used.
Yeah, those are most useful.
Yeah. So based on that, I'll probably get the data cards for the other factions as well when they come out.
I do hope they will bring out the cards like they have done in Age of Sigmar for the actual big
cards for the units.
Yeah, like they've got in there, the sideways cards. I really do hope they do that because I find them dead easy and great to use.
I don't know why they don't put them on download like they've done with Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Why can't you just download them from the site?
Well, if anyone's got like, is it First Strike? The box.
Yeah, you get data cards.
You get the data cards in there and they're great.
That's kind of what we want.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, that's great and all well and good for something you just want to look up, but if you're actually playing the game, you don't want to keep picking up a book and leafing through it to find out what you need.
In some of the bigger units, like the vehicles would take up an entire page, maybe you could just double side them or something.
Yeah.
Rather than so they fold or something.
Yeah, just something easy, yeah.
I don't know. So there'd be a way to do it.
Yeah.
Or you just have them cover 2 cards.
Yeah.
Part 1, part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, bring part 1 out 1 month and part 2 out 6 months
Don't
later.
get Games Workshop ideas like that. Don't do that. Shh. Right, so thanks for watching. That's on the video this week, unfortunately. We haven't managed to get a hold of any of the new models. We're hoping to get a hold of them next week. Whichever ones Claire wants, because Claire's building her Primaris army.
I am.
And I'm sat there with my single...
Crimson Fists, thank you.
Sorry. Yeah. My bad.
Crimson Fists.
Claire's building her Ultramarines Primaris army. What?
World Eaters.
What about them?
Yay.
Okay.
They're outside waiting for you.
They will be now. Anyway. She's building her Primaris army at the moment.
I am.
To add on to her 2 tactical squads and Pedro Cantor and a Dreadnought, which was her entire Crimson Fist army before that.
Yeah.
So they definitely needed reinforcements.
They did.
As I said, I haven't decided what I'm doing, so I'm not getting any until I've decided which chapter I'm doing first, at least. So I've got my single Primaris Marine.
I think you've come round to the Primaris because when you saw them originally, you were a bit about them, a bit way, and then.
But it's not the fact I can't deny that they look better than standard Marines. It's just the painful process of buying entire new chapters and then painting entire new chapters.
Yeah.
Because it took a long time to build a Blood Angels army.
It did.
I've still got a whole bunch of unpainted Blood Angels. It took me ages to figure out how to paint my Salamanders. I don't fancy starting again. That's the bottom line. I'm sorry, Games Workshop, I really don't. And I know I can use my old Marines and the new Marines, but I think all of us in our hearts know that they're all going to get replaced eventually. Be it 2 years down the line or 5 years down the line. I think the older Marines are just going to get phased out.
I think it really shows in the photos in the Space Marine book. Actually, you can clearly see the difference between the normal Space Marine and the Primaris Space Marine, and it's painfully obvious.
Yeah, I mean that's my quandary at the moment. Do I run for Blood Angels? Do I go with Salamanders, or do I just make my own Primaris chapter and leave all my others behind? And they can be old Marines until the old Marines are no longer old Marines and they've gone extinct for whatever reason. Probably a virus created by chaos. Who knows? Or eaten by Tyranids. All the way they squat.
Mm.
Or maybe they'll be squats. Maybe they'll be able to use your old Space Marines as squats since they're so short. Squats in Primaris armour and normal Space Marines. Something like that. But yeah, so once I've decided, I don't know whether to just do my own chapter and just do it completely Primaris with none of the old stuff in, and then I've got that separate. I don't have to think, that look good as someone, that look good as a blade. I've just got my own stuff and I don't not think about it. That's my quandary at the moment. I haven't decided which way to go. Until I do, I'm not buying any Primaris Marines for myself.
He says.
I got the one free one on the magazine, that was it. Okay, so
right.
as I said, that's a video for this week. Stay tuned for the first strike. I'm painting the Death Guard from that.
You
At
are?
the moment, you've done yours.
I've done mine.
For once, it's me that's behind.
Yeah.
So I'm painting the Death Guard models from that now. So hopefully this weekend, maybe, so next week, the video will be up of the first strike stuff because we want to see all the missions from first strike. So we can do that, and then we can continue with our other 40k videos. And yeah. In addition, people have been asking about Test of Honour.
We haven't forgotten about it.
We haven't forgotten about Test of Honour at all. It's just everything else has got in the way.
It's pure time constraints
It's
as
time.
well.
Time. It's pure time, like Claire says. Because we both work full time. We spend a lot more time at work at the moment. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's just we haven't had much time to play many games. But when we do, we will be coming back to Test of Honour. It's one we like. We want to finish that off. And then we also want to get the new models. So if you haven't seen the new models, guys, for Test of Honour, go and check on the War Games site because there's a box of Horsemen. There's a Damio, I really like them because Chloe got the other Horsemen.
I did.
Snatched them. And then there's like a big guy who's a big samurai, not wearing any arms, like a sumo samurai.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
And they look pretty good because it looks like he's got mixed units. I don't know because one of the stands of it did have like a spearman and an archer on.
All right.
Same stand. That was a picture. Maybe the picture was wrong, maybe whatever. We don't know the rules for that. So if they're right, we want to get them, but we want to paint the other stuff first.
Yeah, and play through the...
And finish playing through our little scenario that we're doing. We haven't forgotten, and we will do it. So anyone watching it who wants tested on it, it is coming. It will, trust me. Because we've pretty much done our monthly 40k, but there's a few little straggler things we want to do.
Yeah.
The Tale of Two Gamers, it's pretty much a line waiting for me to buy the Mark Crusher and Claire to get Polarial. When we get them, when we can afford them, when we stop buying Space Marines and other things, we will continue with the Tale of Two Gamers.
We're in the process of saving up for them, basically, because we know we want them for our
we know
armies.
that's my next thing from Age of Sigmar. The Carrion Overlords kind of took my budget for that because they appeared and I really liked them. And I wasn't expecting that. But there will be a showcase video of those guys, the Death Guard that I've already mentioned, and possibly my Salamanders.
My Primaris, I'll be showing them off.
And maybe the other Primarch, whose video I haven't actually put up yet, so we'll not talk about that. There you go. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for listening to the end of the video if you haven't already tuned out. Because we've been talking about everything. Spread the word for our channel around so you can get some more subscribers. That'd be great. You can support us on Patreon if you're feeling flush.
We're also on Facebook.
We're also on Facebook. You can follow us on there. Claire's in charge of updating that.
Yeah.
That's why there hasn't been an update since 1977. Other than that,
before I was born. That's the reason why it's not been updated.
There you go.
There you go.
So that's what we're at the moment. So thanks for watching. You guys take care, and hopefully we'll see you all again soon.
See you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.